Of course, I'm Ken Ochonogo. I'm Ken Ochonogo. To be or not to be, USA, Canada, Mexico. We want to miss out now. 6 teams in the group. And that tells you that, we are going to play ourselves home and away, home and away. Some of you don't understand how to calculate how many games are supposed to play. It's just remove one. If you have 6 teams, you just get 1 out of it. And when you remove one, you're going to have 5. Multiply that 5 by 2, you have 10. Which means in a group of 6, home and away, they're going to play 10 games. Each team will play 10 games. We have played 4, and we lie 5th on the table. We've drawn 3, we've lost 1. For now, winning is 0. Then we can rectify that. Because with 6 games to go, like we said, if every game is a final, if every game we are going to play is a final, then it tells you that 6 times 3 is 18. So we might end up having 19 points. And that's why I won't qualify. Starting on the 21st, the team will be going to Rwanda. 21st, too. We're going to Rwanda. And that is where the resurgence, that is where the reawakening, that is where the refocusing, that is, I don't understand which language I want to use, but the thing that the ultimate aim is that at the end of those 6 games, we either win or we win. There is no other alternative. All we need to do is win. And that is where we are. Eric Chelle, we came up with 39 names. To me, I just believe the list is a little bit bloated because when you come in at this time, you don't have enough time to, how many hours on it? It's like when they go to under 17. Yeah, you remember when they do open screening for the under 17, and then you see about 2,000 players, and you say, yeah, go and you have 10 minutes, or you have 5 minutes. Even within that 5 minutes, the ball might not get to your feet. So how will you exhibit? How can you show, what you have? Well, of course, he has been monitoring them. He has spoken a lot of them. So probably the core of his team, every manager, I believe, has that first 11 on their head, and tell you that when this team comes in, depends on when they now start training. You try to synergize who and who have that telepathy, and who have that understanding, and that is just because you want to build a team. You want to have a monolith. You want to have a unit. You want to have an army. You want to have a squad that understand themselves. So basically, that is what you are going to preschool the both matches. Our game against Rwanda and Zimbabwe with 23 players, but you have 16 players have to be dropped. Are you going to try them? Are they coming into play in camp before you drop them, or you are going to do a short list? But when hearing rumors, we don't deal on rumors on this show. We deal with facts. When they present us with the facts, we let you know. So that we'll talk about the Super Eagles. We'll look at how the journey has been, and then where we expect that journey to end, because the destination has to be USA. There is no other destination. We know our starting point, but destination has to be USA. We have to focus. We have to believe in ourselves, and that it is doable. The MPFL, a lot of things happened during the week, in the past day or so, because insurance brought down the high-flying Remo Stars. It will take more than a defeat to scuttle, Remo's target of winning that diadem for the very first time. I still see them as a focus. In 2-1 they lost. Rivers United, did defeat the Nigerian Tornadoes, consolidate on that second. And, now wow, shooting. All right. So basically, we'll look at the MPFL. We'll look at the APL. Today, I don't understand the perennial. Do you say that? But then when Arsenal play Manchester United, wherever they play, whatever, I think it has been before the Man City Liverpool team. It was the Arsenal Manchester United. That was that rivalry between Ferguson and Arsene Wenger. Within that period. So you don't throw that away. United do have the rivalry with Liverpool. Arsenal has theirs with Tottenham and Chelsea, but this used to be for some time. I mean, for over a decade or two, it was the English derby. So basically at Old Trafford today, United were trying to avoid relegation, while probably Arsenal will say, let us rekindle our hope. Second is still not good enough for us after 2 seasons at that particular sport. So we'll take care. I'll ask my guests in the house, and also when we open the lines for you callers, to let us know what you think of what is happening at Old Trafford today. And also Pep Guardiola. You look at Pep Guardiola's stats, we'll show you. It is funny, the number of matches he lost in the past 2 seasons and the one he lost now. The Bundesliga, it was 0. Bayern, Leverkusen, and okay. Bayern, let me call this. I won't be calling one team. Bayern Munich, Bayern Leverkusen, Dortmund, all crashed at home. All crashed at home. I mean, that we saw that. We've seen that in the MPFL. I wish also take a look, apart from football, we might take a look at tennis. Indian Wells. Djokovic just lost. He has lost his last 3 matches since that semi-final loss. This is the quarter-final loss he lost at the Australian Open. Last year, he did not win any slam, but at least he won the Olympic gold for consolation. But what is happening? Is it time for him to start looking at the exit door, to join Federer, to join Andy Murray, to join Nadal? It was fantastic 4. My guys are in the house. Where is here? Okpe, how are you?
Thanks, Ken, for having me. Though our Women League is on break, but still yet happy International Women's Day.
Happy International Women's Day. Okpe, I like you because, some of these things that we forget, you just have a way of, bringing it down. You're a statesman. Jimmy.
Especially when the under-17 girls did perform well yesterday.
They both South
Africa at home. I mean, it was a befitting way to make Nigerians celebrate the International Women's Day in a very perfect way.
Okay, just aside, I mean, maybe I want to take about 30 seconds of your time. I'm seeing our man, I'm trying to get his original name. I'm trying to get this original name. No, there is just only one man that we have. Okay, the special one. I heard that name I'm looking for. The special one. And he has won the Europa with Manchester United. He won it with Porto.
Is he Nigerian?
It's our man. It's our man. But then the thing happened against Rangers. I didn't see that coming. I saw Rangers doing want to look, they were going to come back. And that was how I know you know how it ended.
Yes.
Okay. And then we're talking about Arsenal being perennial second. It's like Al Nassr with Cristiano Ronaldo and Mane. They will say, look, it is Al Hilal. But just like we're saying, it was Man City. Hey, look, guys, Al Ittihad. And then, do you see any hope of Al Nassr winning the coming even second?
Yeah, I think, Ken, I've always been saying this thing, that there is a thin line between being very good and moving into the realm of greatness.
Okay.
And you might not like it. Yeah. That was exactly what Jose Mourinho did to the Chelsea team. Ranieri threw them to the brim of being a very great side, because before Ranieri, they vowed Glenn to the national team's job, replaced by his player manager Gullit, when he was sacked, replaced by Vialli. So they've been a consistent cup side, winning the cups. They won the Cup Winners' Cup, and they played very well
in '98.
Yes,
against Stuttgart.
Yes. So
Jonathan.
But they could not unlock that door of greatness until certain Mourinho came and did it in style. So you have teams, great teams. We have great set of players who have played for our national team. But again, it took a certain Dutchman, Clement Westerhout, to take us to that realm of greatness. And for a long time, our last home loss was over for like 2 decades after we lost to the Algerians in Lagos. And for almost 20 years, we never lost at home, because certain Westerhout gave us that foundation.
So if I understand what Okpeyemi is saying...
Okpeyemi didn't even answer my question.
No.
If I understand what he's saying...
So it takes let me just like Napoli.
Okay, so Okpe, in other words, you are saying he's not going to win it now with Fonaba because the foundation is not as strong.
No, Ken.
There is not an area to have laid the foundation for him to build a superstructure.
Fenerbahce last season lost just 1 match.
Okay, when he was not in charge.
And they could not win the league.
But now that was not good enough for him to improve on that.
Now he has his 4th season against a very decent Galatasaray side.
Okay.
But let's say it ends.
All right, let's see how it ends. Miracles.
But Ken, you have to be fair to Mourinho. like Ope did say, maybe when he doesn't have the great player setup, it may be difficult. For example, in Tottenham, he didn't have it, but we saw what he did with Roma, what he did with Manchester United, what he had been able to do with Chelsea.
Manchester United? Okay. See, I have no problem. See, I have no problem with Mourinho. I have no problem with Mourinho. My problem with Ope. My problem is with Ope.
Ken, for the benefit of our viewers, his first season, he got a double. No, a lesser double.
He got the Europa Cup.
He got the Europa
Cup. The Carling Cup. The double is the league and the FA Cup. What I telling you saying?
Was it contested?
The second season.
Was that particular the particular shield? Was it contested?
It was a double runners-up in the league and FA Cup.
You see, when you start glorifying this runners-up, you make Arsenal to glorify. Whatever. That way, we should not be having Arsenal now. If you are making it, what is the difference? Anyway, let's. Now, I thought we were going to take just 60 seconds to do that. But it took us about almost 60 minutes. Okay, let's come back from the very beginning. Let's say, like I said, Eric Chelle just brought down the list, 39. To me, like I said, he would have pruned it down probably maybe 20-something, 27, and not remove about key. But instead, that means 16 players have to drop. But let's see the list and see how it is. And then, Jimmy, where we can take that?
Stanley Nwabali, Chippa United, for the goalkeepers, Stanley Nwabali, Maduka Okoye, Amas Obasoge, Adeleye Adebayo, Kyle Debankole.
How many goalkeepers are there?
So, five. One home base.
One home base. And then it's going to cut it down to 2.
Definitely.
Well, Ken, to go back to what you said, I personally don't think that the list is too much. And the reason has to be the fact that this is the first time he's coaching the team. So he's probably just, trying to, as much as possible, invite enough players, see how everything will pan out in terms of injuries, in terms of maybe, different indices that we may not be privy to.
I can understand that in case of injury. Yes. Probably somebody, a replacement, I've already sent him because we understand what it means. That you'll have sent in, the invite when before, it's short. But I'm saying that, but when you're talking about 39 players, when would they have the time?
But I think 5 goalkeepers is a way too much.
The time to train with them, to give them the opportunity to do what they can do. Okay, let's take on the defenders.
So William Troost-Ekong, Bryce Osayi-Samuel, Bruno Yemachi, 3, Gabriel Osho, Kevin Bassi, Olaoluwa Aina, Seidu Sanusi, Igor Ogbu, Jonathan Torunariga, Ifeanyi Onyebuchi, home base.
So we have 10 defenders. Okay, from here, I don't know how I'm going to take. Let's go to the midfielders.
Wilfred Ndidi, Raphael Onyedika, Alhassan Yusuf Abdullahi, Fisayo Dele Bashiru, Frank Oyeka, Alex Iwobi, Joseph Ayodele Aribo, Anthony Dennis, Christianos Uche, Papa Daniel Mustafa.
So we also have 10 midfielders. Christianos is just coming in for the first time.
And one home base. So let's go forward. Samuel Chukwueze, Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, Kelechi Iheanacho, Victor Boniface, Simon Moses, Sadiq Kumar, Nathan Tella, Siri Deza, Tolu Arokodare, Chidere Ejuke, Paul Onuachu, Ahmed Musa, Jerome Ako Adams, one home base again.
So we have 14 defenders, 14 strikers. So if you want to even field only the strikers, you already have the team.
He's said to have identified 28 strikers that can make his team.
Yeah, identified 25. So because Cyril has been on form. I think Sadiq Kumar has scored 3 goals in
4 and 4.
And then 4 and 4.
Sadiq Kumar,
so, I think he's spoiled for choices. But like I said, does he have enough time to think for them to, for the players to? The thing is synergy. The thing that is for you to have players that the understanding is just is what it is, and you need time. That's why even at clubs, sometimes they train in the morning and train in the evening, train in the morning and train in the evening. So that is the only way. The more they train together, the more they understand. You can understand this person's runs, you can understand where this person is going, and the coach can have time to implement. True. But this one, I think, will have just gotten a key team, push them in, and then see how. But let's see, 39
for the man is condemned to win because when you played your first 4 matches and you're able to get just 25% of the points available, 3 out of 12. That means
okay. Let us see the results so far for the journey for the Super Eagles. This is the 4 games that they have played.
Under Pesero, we had 1 odd draw with Lesotho. Zimbabwe on the neutral ground. We played another draw. South Africa, another draw. Then Benin, on a neutral ground again.
You didn't mention who took charge of those 2 games.
Yeah, so the first 2 games were under Pesero, now with Zamalek. Then the last 2 games
were under Finidi.
Under George Finidi. Now
all right.
Rivers
Okay, let's see where we are based on this. These are discovered. These are the header we are having. Rwanda on the 21st.
Yeah.
And then on the 25th, we'll come down to play Zimbabwe at home. We played these 2 teams before. We played draw with them.
Yes.
So I don't know how it's going to pan this time around. We are traveling to Rwanda.
There's nothing that, I mean, for this sort of games, it's you are condemned to win. It's not as if you have the liberty to probably play a draw. Come back home, and you just have no other option than to set up to win.
Okay, let us see the table. Let us see where we are in the 16th. That's
after 4 games, we have table top Rwanda 7 points, South Africa 7 points, Benin 7 points, Lesotho 5 points, Nigeria 3 points, Zimbabwe 2 points.
6 more games to play.
So 6 more games to go. If you win all 6, that is 18. 18 plus 3, that will give us 21.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That will make us 21 points. If we can do that, we'll qualify. But it is easier said than done. It is not impossible, but I'm only saying it is a daunting task, but it's a doable thing. So that is the work. That is it for you on the 21st. That is when the team report will be taking on. We'll be traveling to Kigali to play Rwanda and see how we can do that. If we pick a win at Rwanda, I think it will boost the team's morale. And then coming back home to play.
I think for them, with what the Tigers, what they've done, having lost their
first 3
and at home, and going all the way to the same Tripoli to get
to win the next 3
wins. Yes. I think that already set the marker for the Super Eagles.
I think it's as simple as taking every game as a final, and in playing the final, you know you are going there for the diadem.
Okay, all right. That is it. Let's move on. Footprints to greatness. Is something that we want to really talk about a little bit. Jimmy, what is footprint to greatness all about?
Thank you, Ken. Footprints to greatness is an initiative of Motiva Sports. One that strives to equip young talents in Lagos State, 16 to 25, equip them with soft skills, vocational training, and also sport and business leadership. And Lagos State, starts as the pilot state, and hopefully we are able to, get this done all over Nigeria, and is in conjunction with different parastatals, Ministry of Women Affairs and Poverty Alleviation, Ministry of Youth and Social Development, Lagos State Sports Commission, and also Lagos State Football Association. So basically, being a multi-phase program, we had the symposium 10 days ago, where relevant stakeholders, players, coaches, members of the media, ex-internationals like Ifeanyi Udeze, Yemi Olarinwaju is also, one that initially played football, was, injured, somewhat had to...
That is the same way, what is his name? Amadou Shuaib.
So the crux of what we... And also panelists, I mean, it's got to be said, guest speakers and panelists like your good self, members of the media, Ojeke Ayoje, Shola Rogers, and everybody. And I think it was one that was very enlightening. People saw differently what we... I think a lot of people actually believe that, okay, it's just about football, but people are beginning to understand now, based on the symposium that we had, that, look, football may not work, and let's not just say football, sports may not work for you.
Okay.
Everybody wants to have a child that is the next Ronaldo, the next Osimhen, Oshoala, but the question really is...
Okay, go on.
Okay, let me mention Messi. Let me mention Messi, because I mean it's important to really get the message that look, even if you are Mata, if you are Oshoala, and we're talking about male and female, so as much as possible, let's get them to learn a vocation. A vocation is very important, even for those that are well-read. We saw when Fashola, Governor Fashola, he actually ensured that his child learned carpentry. A lot of us, we go to school, but we find out that, okay, there's actually a need to learn a vocation. Our fathers in those years, when they did travel abroad, they went with their certificates, they realized that their certificates didn't count for much. Yes. They had to do DIY. most of the things that they were doing was basically do it yourself. So now we are getting towards a situation where if care is not taken, when young talents don't have the right mentorship, when they don't have the right leadership, the right guidance, they tend towards social vices. So the message for us basically is let's get them to understand that, look, there's a need for soft skills like emotional intelligence, leadership, goal setting. How exactly are you going to, fare if, for example, sports doesn't work for you? So if you begin to get all those leadership
that is a plan B.
The plan B,
there must be a plan B
even after
your football or your sport career.
After your sports career. So basically, it's just about that. And we'll be having a football competition and also vocational training where they are able to go to the nearest skill acquisition centers to them. There are 20 in Lagos, and there are 18 different vocations they can learn from: carpentry, plumbing, craft, electrical, quite a number of vocations. And it's just something that I feel that but if you're able to get enough, people, begin to tap into this idea, it will bode well for our sports ecosystem.
Okay. But I think the truth is sport will not work for everybody.
Nothing works for everybody.
No, because let me give you an instance. We had a situation where for 10 years, the same zone in Lagos produced the national team goalkeepers for male and female, Ikesho Umu and Agumanu.
Okay.
So after both of them reigned for 10 years, a decade. So after that, what about the other players from that zone?
What about the other players on that zone? And then if you have been into football, there are sometimes that it is not just talent too.
Yes.
We've seen more talented footballers who did not make it.
Exactly.
And then the ones that are not as talented are the ones that will now go on to go and make it. Everybody's growth trajectory is quite different. And then the way you did for the right place to blow, where it was your, because if you did absent, you understand, you will not make it.
You recall that Osimhen was just being fortunate.
Yeah.
He easily could not have been picked as at that time.
Of course, that was what we're talking about this training thing.
Exactly.
Now. Somebody said the guy in green. How many was?
Exactly. The guy in green.
So they said the guy in green. He doesn't know who he is. Because he didn't. Even when Osimhen was training, they did play. He was not taking up. He was not paying attention. It was one of his assistants. I think
Emeka Amadi.
I don't know. One of them that said when the guy said, "Okay, let us give this guy that chance." The guy in green come. He now came back, and that is it. So basically, you just have to be at the right place at the right time, and then showcase your talent, so that those who want to discover you, they say you do not light your bush and put it under it has to shine where the whole world will see it. All right, let's take the MPFL. We'll still open the lines for those who are eager. This show is just 1 hour. So basically, we have to put everything.
Bender Insurance, 2-1. Over table-topping Remo Stars, and it has to be said that it is becoming a derby between insurance and whether.
Yeah, when they were, of course, remind us.
A couple of years ago, it was hot.
A lot of will leave like that.
It was hot.
Let Remo Stars become the Real Madrid of Nigerian football. They will have a certain benefit
to content with.
So Rivers United, so that in Nigeria we won't have that same issue they have in the German Bundesliga. Rivers United won better than Niger Tornadoes. Troubled times for Lobby Stars, losing at home to Ikorodu City.
Gentlemen, Lobby Stars. Remember we did interview at the state chairman of
Benin Football
Association. And they said, look, this is the government. Lobby Stars has played in Lafia, they have played in Bauchi, they're playing almost about 4 different venues in a season. How can they, I don't understand, 4 home away from home. They have never played at home. Because if you see this game, like I said, Lobby Stars, these are played on a neutral ground. Look, it's a neutral ground, it's just not home to any of them. I think the state government have been having issues with the contractor who is supposed to put their stadium in order. I think the earlier these things are resolved amicably.
Because it's easy to see this may be one of the reasons they are
going down.
Exactly.
I mean, the time is running. They are running out of games to save themselves. You understand? Okay. Let's do today's fixtures.
Ikorodu City defeated Lobby Stars, and they are now third. Wow, just wow.
Shooting lost to Castina United 1-0. Now, Plateau United will be entertaining Abia Warriors. Kwara United taking on Kano Pillars. Nasarawa United taking on Sunshine Stars.
All right. Do we have the table? Do we have the table for the MPFL?
So other matches,
Enyimba, okay. You see other matches.
Academy, Enugu Rangers takes on Aqua United, and Atlant at home to Bayelsa United.
Atlant against Bayelsa United. Enyimba Academy, okay. Yeah, that is the table.
So Remo Stars are on 54, Rivers 43, Shooting Stars 43, Kano Pillars 42. I think it's a little bit close between Rivers, Shooting, Kano.
Yeah, at a point, Shooting Stars have not won any game in the last 5 games.
Yeah.
That is why that
gap
because
is there.
Because at a point they were about, almost a 7 points ahead of Rivers United.
When they played, if they had won that match against Remo, they will have closed the gap to 3 points.
Yeah,
exactly. There was a draw, so they started.
Now they're on the same point. If Rivers United are able to get, whatever they are up, because it's goal difference. That's what they are leading them here. So it is still tight. Remo are up there with 9 points clear.
Yeah.
So
Kano is doing the business quietly.
Kano Pillars have won 4 in their last 5 games. They're also unbeaten in their last 5 games.
So then, of course, you have Ikorodu City coming.
Ikorodu City, Ikorodu City and Heartland will say that and even Shooting Stars. Shooting Stars now started going down. Moving. They reminded me of that 2012 EPL season when one team will go up, another one will come down. Sometimes it's like that. But I love the consensus of Ikorodu City. It's a private-owned club. This is just the same as Remo Stars. We can't overemphasize that.
Getting into this particular league season, their ultimate aim was just to stay there. But right now, they are competing for places.
After they change their manager.
There's something about being a little bit flexible. I think part of what happened to him was that he was a little bit rigid on his own terms. More like, this is my philosophy, I'm sticking to it. Allow me to do my job.
Let's go to EPL. The way it happens. Let's go to EPL and see what is happening. It happened yesterday. We let us see the results because I think focus on yesterday's results will be on Manchester City. Yeah. If we can get those results, Manchester they lost yesterday to an 83rd minute goal. By Hudson Odoi.
Callum.
So the thing is, I have seen most of the matches or one of the games they've lost are games I believe they have no business losing because they've not been that poor. Probably apart from the Arsenal game where they were torn to shreds after some time. I don't have.
It's a reverse of the fact that there were several times also in times past that they were games they ought not to have won. But they won just by the scruff of the game.
But again, at that time, we were saying that is the mentality of winners.
Man City were always talking about possession, always dominating. So I don't think, but once you can get that soccer punch, it takes them out.
You play them on the counter, and
it takes them out. But as for possession, they always have the statistics over you.
Okay, but let us see. I want us to see because we're talking about Man City now. Let's see the tables of 2022, 23, 23, 24, and now let's see how the EPL ended. There is something we want to look at there for Manchester City. This is the 2020, 2023.
Yeah.
They lost 5 matches.
They lost 5
matches.
5 matches. Okay, let's go to the next season. Let's go to the 2024. They lost 3. 3 plus 5 is what? 8. Let's look at this season. How many have they lost? 9. So this season alone, they felt
more than the 2.
More than the 2. So I don't understand. The same manager, one was the same few of the players are gone. So this is what I think this is the reality.
Outside the Rodri stuff, you also need to look at the emotional state of Pep.
I agree with you. But
would that be an excuse?
No, nobody's giving excuses.
No, but Jimmy, no man can survive that turmoil.
See, there is something we call, there's a difference between a house and a home.
I know.
You understand?
I know.
A house is just a space.
Yeah.
A home is where you have that peace of mind, where you have that rest, where whatever it is. So if you do not have that, there are some people that will close from work. This is just whatever general interest. Instead of them to go home straight, they will first of all go somewhere that go and stay with their
because the home is not settled.
Because the home is not settled. So when they just get home, they just sleep. The following morning they leave. So how do you perform?
But also accompanying that also has to be the fact that when you get too successful, you become a victim of your own success. Because you now are being held to a very high standard. And that's what they are done, practically turning the EPL into a farmers' league.
No, I think Jimmy,
Has he been able to perform at Stoke in the wet night? Was it?
Okay.
The lights, we should open the lights now. I want you guys to join us. What is happening to City? Do you see the Super Eagles are qualifying? I'm not, to me, I don't know what I want to say. To me, I know, I said, they can either qualify or qualify. They have just two options, to qualify or to qualify. That is just I'm not seeing any other option. And then Eric Chelle, his first baptism, he's going to Kigali, he's going to Rwanda to go and do that. Can he get there and do it? We've seen we saw Amadou Shaibu go to Kenya to go and pick a win.
Went to Mozambique.
When at those tough periods that we thought the Eagles would not go to France 98.
You know it's our Japa World
and 2000. Okay, that's yes.
You know this is our Japa World Cup.
Yes.
And we have a quadrilateral relationship with Canada, US, and Mexico. So
we must,
the boys must
again,
we don't have a bilateral one, no.
Again,
we have a quadrilateral relationship, and they must perform.
Going to the World Cup, the support base for the Eagles is non-negotiable.
It's not negotiable.
So I think the supporters are there.
Yes.
Yeah.
The bridegroom or the bride, they are already there. They are just waiting for the groom.
Okay, before the calls start coming, let us look at the fixtures for EPL before the calls start coming. Because want to take on Amorim. Want to hear what they are saying about this.
Chelsea will be hosting Leicester City. Tottenham will be taking on Bournemouth. Then Arsenal will
Bournemouth are dangerous
at Manchester United.
We don't know the Tatiana will turn up. Okay. Chelsea, Leicester. Did you say the surprise on Leicester, or is gone down?
I think Chelsea would win this.
Okay.
Leicester also, they've been having this Jekyll and Hyde.
I bet it has more of Hyde than Jekyll.
They are going back.
Manchester United, Arsenal. This is what I want to start. Let us.
No, you are. What about Tottenham and Bournemouth?
We said Tottenham. I don't know the Tottenham that will show face.
Okay, you say most likely Tottenham would.
Which Spurs will
turn up? We don't know which Spurs will turn up. If it is this,
and again, the Bournemouth side team, they are also looking at the Champions League because most likely you have 5 teams from.
All right, let's go. Chinedu is reaching us from Benin. Chinedu, how are you? Hello, Chinedu.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah. Go on, Chinedu.
Okay, can I go on?
Yeah, go on.
Okay, I'm trying to say Nigeria to qualify for World Cup. If you want to.
If we want to,
we can make it. If we work together, Nigeria qualifying for World Cup. If we work together, we can make it.
Okay, all right. We have the manager and we have the players, so you just to give them all the support that they need, right? Okay, Chinedu said, if we work together, we can make it. That is Super Eagles. But like I said, today is Manchester United versus Arsenal. I know all of us. I just want us to have this fun a little bit. Let us hear from Ruben Amorim. Let's see. What did he say? Show morning. I'm not sure. I like the Yoruba language. It's just the music. There's kind of musicality about There's
exactly.
Show morning. You understand? Abi Omori.
That's why you always say Pile Oshun.
Okay, I don't know. We are still waiting to see, but the lines are still open. If we can get that track up from Amorim. All right.
You just have to sell them the idea, these movements that we did sometimes today. We have to work on and to show the image, but in the end they have to score. If they score one, it's going to be so much easier. So they need to score. He needs to score the first one. For everybody in our club is a really tough moment. It's everything at the same time. The only thing I can do and our players can do is perform well and win. People have the right to protest. I think it's a good thing to do that. It's part of our club. Everybody has a voice, but our job, my job, is just to improve the team, give them something in this moment because they deserve it and they are amazing. In Premier League, every game is really important. In our moment, we need to win. It's always a problem when we don't win. So we have to focus on everything at the same time. I think the biggest problem is not to have all the players, because in the beginning people talk about our rotation, especially in Europe. We were changing all the time, is because of this, because it's really hard. And Europa League is so much harder, in my opinion, than Champions League. Not the games, but the recovery to play Premier League on the weekend. So we have to deal with that. I will not have the time that Arteta had. I feel that. It's a different club. We just need to survive, the players on Sunday and me during these games. I think it's a different club. I think in that aspect, the way Arteta dealt with that is an inspiration for everybody. I will not have the time like Arteta had.
Okay, Charles, let us, before we come to this, King Charles is with us from Abakaliki. Charles, how are you? Hello, Charles. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. Do you guys still have Abakaliki rice?
You see,
wait, yes. First. Answer rice first.
Abakaliki is fine.
Do you have rice there? Rice, hello? Rice. Una get Abakaliki rice now?
Yeah, of course. We are the highest producer of rice. Of course, we have it in quantity.
Okay, let's go, Charles.
We have it in large quantities.
In large quantities, all right.
Every home here in Nepal produces rice.
I will come and visit you. We come and do this show from Abakaliki.
Anytime you come around,
you give us rice. All right, thank you. Let's hear you.
I want to comment on this show. Super Eagles qualifying to the World Cup.
Okay.
It will be an interesting thing to see Super Eagles at the World Cup, because at the position they are right now, I must have to be frank. We really need to do a lot of work in order to qualify, because I don't see us qualifying. But I must be sincere. We are just too far away from qualification. But let's just, which is very, very difficult anyway. Just too difficult.
Okay.
But I pray it happens.
We pray.
I would love to see them play at World Cup.
All of us will go USL by fire, by force. All right, thank you, Charles. We must go to Mexico. We must go to Montreal.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think the Super Eagles needs to also make the visa process easier for some clubs. If by the time you are putting your visa application and Super Eagles are already
out, it's going to be a lot more difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, if they don't qualify,
if God forbid they lose the next 2 matches.
Yes,
and then your visa application maybe.
They will not look at you and say, this guy won't
what are you? So they need to make the
job ID will not work.
No. We've been going to watch games and coming back. I don't say how. Super Eagles qualifying. Okay, and also qualifying. I don't want to say not qualifying. We just have to follow to the process. We must report the whole issues here, and the fans has a right to go over there. Sure. And especially when they look at, if you don't, unless people don't have something doing. There's some people, when they are European, you don't have anything doing. You don't check why that. Some of them they save.
True.
From when they go on holidays for summer. When they come back from their first salary, they are putting away for vacation that they want to use for vacation. Sure. Even that is. Okay, let's go to Jodubega, because we have, from King Charles to King Henry. A lot of kings are calling us today. Hello, King Henry. How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah. Let's go.
I want to talk about our darling team, Super Eagles.
The Super Eagles.
I think Super Eagles will qualify. The most important thing is to fix the home. So the home to be in order. And Super Eagles will qualify by God's grace. And I also want to comment about my darling Enyimba Football Club. We are not getting it right. I want Enyimba because Enyimba is one. You won
on the road.
I want us to go to Continental, up Enyimba, up Nigeria,
up Enyimba.
Nzogbu,
Enyimba. Charles, I think Enyimba won on the road last week. I believe so. I'm just trying to get that result down. Enyimba won on the, and at least I was impressed. Was it in Nasarawa or somewhere? They won on the road
a couple of weeks ago, but there are a lot of stories coming from Enyimba that are unpleasant.
Jimmy, leave all these stories.
No,
the stories will always be there. Jimmy,
Ken. I'm not talking rumors. Yeah. I'm telling you facts of the matter. I mean, these are, a lot of stuff have come about. Okay, maybe the management of the team and all that. We are not delving into that.
No, but that is not our business.
Ken,
that is not our business.
The monies they got.
Yes.
we need to look at the monies they got at the last Super Cup, the African Super Cup. That the money was huge. They shouldn't be having infrastructural problems with welfare.
No,
even Ideye had to complain openly.
So
what I'm saying basically
he's a player. He's signed by the team. So even if he complains, it's just like any other player. The moment you sign for the team, you are like any other player. Yeah. See, understand one thing. I want to see, Jimmy. I understand
the conditions.
Jimmy. What we try to do is look at, how do I say it? You look at the bigger goal.
Yeah.
You look at the wider space.
Yeah.
Let's go to Owerri. Brighten our day.
Yeah.
Bright is there from Owerri. Ofo Owerri.
Yeah.
You guys, there's something about you guys. So there is Abakaliki Rice, there's Ofo Owerri. Bright, how are you? Hello, Bright.
Yeah.
Go on, let's hear you.
Okay. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am Keith. I want to talk about our dear Super Eagles.
All right, go on, Bright.
Yeah, like I said, I want to talk about our dear Super Eagles. You see, the players, I don't know if I will say out of complacency, putting themselves into a very difficult situation.
It's difficult, yes.
I am doubting if they will qualify for World Cup. Okay. But if that football tell a lot of lies. Let us pray for them and for all of us. It's our team. Let us pray for them. Let them qualify. But judging by what is going on, how the teams they are going to face, I think, like I said before, situation. That is my take. I am Bright Ago. Thank you.
Bright Ago. Do you eat Ofo Owerri? Bright has dropped. Who was the where? I want someone to call us from where we eat Tuwo Shinkafa. Let's go. I mean, no more Abuja, Bauchi, Maiduguri, Kanu. What are you guys doing now? We want to hear. I want to sample what is happening around Nigeria.
Talking about food, there is fasting all around.
Why?
Yes, there's fasting.
Yes, there's fasting. That doesn't work.
So this your talk about food.
The little insensitive to the platform.
About food.
But you break your fast. Yeah. And when you break your fast, you reverse with food.
Yeah.
And then the thing is that the whole, like you said, the whole nation, because Christians, Muslims, and every other person, everybody is fasting.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I think basically it just shows you the where the minds are out of Nigerian side, because everybody who have called, nobody has talked about Man United, about the Super Eagles.
Yes.
Just like 84, we played the finals of the AFCON, but we not go to Mexico 86, and the same thing almost happening. I know it took a military fiat to add the name change from Green Eagles to Super Eagles after Maroc. Yeah. So the name Super was because the team performed. Well, so, yeah. But with 3 draws in 4 matches, there's nothing superlative about that.
And we've already been changing names now. After all, Red Devils before. The Super Eagles of Nigeria were formerly Red Devils. Before Devils, I became Green Eagles. Well, because of our green, white, green flag, we became Green Eagles. Yes. And
even the eagle on the coat of arms is a red eagle.
But your flag was green,
so
white.
Like the 2 games, let the team be super.
After all, there was a time we had the world golden eaglet.
Exactly.
Yes. And of course, they justified that with 5 titles. So.
That was when they won the World Cup. Then under 17 World Cup, they were.
Do we still have a dream team?
All right. Let's go to the state of the big hearts. Harrison is reaching us from there. That's the state with the biggest heart in Nigeria. Yes. If I not praise my who I go praise now. Harrison, let's hear you. Hello, Harrison.
Yeah, I'm calling from Delta State.
Where in Delta?
Ugele.
Is it raining?
Ugele.
Is it raining? Rain they fall.
Oh, okay.
Rain they fall.
No, it's not raining. No, rain not the fall.
All right, go on.
Rain not the fall.
Okay.
Those calling that they should pray for Super Eagles. Would the people that we are meeting rain is not falling now.
Go on.
God knows too.
Oh God, I see.
not they pray too. We should go and do our homework properly and
work and pray. We are working and praying, Harrison.
We will do our homework well, then train well. And do the rightful thing so that we can come out victorious. Maybe we win the game. If not, not that one saying that we should pray.
Harrison, we should pray now. What do you have against praying?
No, they not get God. They not pray.
No, they didn't say we should not train. You know that? The Bible said, bless the work of our hands. Abi? That's what it's make we pray. We go train and pray.
When we do the right thing first, make the train well. Call them come training on time. We for way. I mean, they live prayer, pastor pray.
Okay. Thank you, Harrison.
I think it's on the Johan Cross school of thought that says if prayer was to be the indicator in matches, then all matches will end in a draw.
Okay, anybody depend on how degree to which your prayers are answered.
Exactly. but I feel that we may just be a little panicky based on past antecedents, and we look at it, and if we are able to defeat these two teams, we would have had 6 points.
Yeah.
The other teams also, they are going to cancel themselves out. So most times when we make these prognosis, we forget the fact that those other teams that even are ahead of us will be playing themselves. The maximum anyone can get is 3 points.
Yes, and
if they play a draw, it will be a point.
But Jimmy, where the problem comes is this. You look at where the team is coming from.
Yeah.
So if you have played 4 matches,
that's why we
have a new beginning.
Yes,
the confidence of Eric Chelle.
We had a hold on, Ken.
Yes,
we played our first 2 matches under a new beginning, the aura of the AFCON silver medal. Then we came on board, Finidi George, a new beginning. Now, this is the 3rd beginning. So, if the team had been firing on all cylinders, we will have had that confidence.
And let's go to Abuja. Really. We have a queen in the house. Oh, Queen Oko, we know this. We know you. Mary.
Yes, sir.
How are you?
I'm beautiful. And you?
What? You've not called in for over a year.
Where have you been? You can't tire me, especially this Super Eagles thing. Just 2 times.
Yeah.
I live now. But when you were talking of Tuwo Shinkafa now, I don't go put my Shinkafa for fire. And I'm doing me and Wake since you to go with it. Then at the kitchen, I can't hear when they talk of prayer. Prayer. I mean, we have to hear what God tell us that if we hearken unto his commandment, then he will do a lot for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
This one, they just there. They do bad. Then expect good results, isn't it? One person is staying there for ages, and they are not achieving, and they leave them there. Why? Why Sanusi there forever? In fact, the thing paid me well. Are you not?
Really?
That's catchy. May he so rest in peace.
Yeah.
I was with him, and he believed in prayer, and he worked. God backed him up. And since then, have they gotten anything? They were celebrating silver. Or Tinubu, they give them house and whatever. Is that what Nigeria to celebrate? If they people who will pray, we have prayer warriors. But when they are doing good things, they go and bring one. I understand them. The Amaju is dancing up and down. From Amaju to Gusau, are they not the same people? But what they are doing, they should know that God will do. What they are doing to our children in this country. God Almighty is seeing us. You understand? They are asking for prayer. What prayer? How are we going to pray? Without hacking on to doing the right thing.
We'll pray. Mary Ukwa will pray.
Namio.
Now you pray.
We pray.
We pray.
We pray. People like us.
You want to talk to her?
3 days, 7 days for them. We are not ready to do that.
Okay, Queen Ukwa.
I doubt it.
Queen Ukwa, can I ask you a question?
Jimmy, want to ask you a question?
Yeah. Don't you feel that there has been some form of marked improvement in terms of the way the NFF presently being run by Guso and Amaju, don't you think there is a marked improvement in the modus operandi, general modus operandi, in terms of welfare, in terms of arrangement for games, in terms of communication?
Okay, let's answer.
Maybe small,
okay.
But it's the same thing, sweetheart. It's the same thing. It is the same thing. Do it to Megeri. You understand? Look at what we achieved then. Why are they doing what? Wait. My own is that are these governments, are these Nigeria, are they not seeing what?
The government can't interfere.
Good, do the right thing, isn't it?
Maybe the government can't interfere.
What person
you know that?
is there? Okay, government can't interfere. We will go carry card one day. Women, our race women. We go and block that place.
Okay.
Wait, what is Sanusi? That people will go, all of us go jump. Now not see the thing where Amaju they dance, they roll on the ground. They say AI.
That was not Amaju.
But people said that it's a doubt that he wasn't.
That was not Amaju.
You don't see him bang him out.
It was not even AI generated. It's not Amaju.
Okay, until we are sure of certain things. I think there is somebody say, look, it's a kind of a campaign of calumny or something against him.
It's not even Amaju. It's not even AI generated. The person is not even Nigerian.
All right. Also forget.
Okay, thank you very much, Queen Mary. Thank you for being part of this show. Thank you so much. She's been part of the Super Eagles setup, from the before Keshi, after Keshi, all those areas. So when she talks, I will just listen to her. Someday we'll meet you. We've not met you. One day we'll meet, and then we'll now see, how Queen Mary looks like. Or we'll just do a video interview with you, so I will go see your face. That you didn't see us, so they see you.
Okay, lest we forget, I think we should not lose sight. We should not lose focus of the fact that prior to Amaju, we're not utilizing our international friendly windows. Properly. And it took Amaju administration to ensure that those windows were properly utilized. So I think, irrespective of anything that administration must have done, they got that one spot on.
And I think also what you could have said, maybe you did get right, was trying as much as possible to relate with the foreign, the ones born in the diaspora. Maybe he didn't get
me, that is
okay, let's go to Arochukwu. We have a regular of Aro. Oh yeah, called Arochukwu, not Aaron Dizogo. I won't make that mistake. Mazio Korafo. How are you?
Yes, it's Mr. Ken and good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Because Nigerians are practicing prayer. Which other prayer now?
God has answered our prayer.
The coach has picked at least 5 MTF players to join the fight. At least it's good.
Okay.
But the question is this. Now, who will be the captain? Is it Ahmed Musa or the present one?
Don't get to that bridge.
Well, we don't know who is going to make the team. We have 39 players invited now. They will prune it to 2023, 16 will drop. So after them, before we know, and then we look at the leadership thing, it has to be with whoever the man said is going to captain me. So we should make so much issues.
Now, what we should be looking at is this. If the coach will do the need, what do they do? To me, I don't believe there is failure in any business. So I said you decide within yourself that you fail in anything you are doing.
Okay.
Move forward. You see, other clubs, other countries, they blame their players they gather from different clubs for the match. For Nigeria, this one will report today, this one will report tomorrow. In a big
exactly, I agree. We've been talking about that a very long time ago. Okay, we are about going.
The coach, I know there's no time, but we have to do the needful now.
Our last caller, Mazio Korafo. Call your name again. Mazio Korafo.
Of Africa.
All right. Okay, we are leaving.
Even in the court of law, lawyers make their prayers. But our prayers must be backed by action.
Yeah, where the treasure of a man is that to always be there. Everybody who has called today has been on the Super Eagles. Give us that day.
Give us that day, Super Eagles of Nigeria. That is what they are saying. Everybody's calling, say, look, America, here we come. I'm Kenneth Chenago. God bless Nigeria.